Next, let's go through the complete cycle of setting up a training course. Using the Training Control Center, we'll first set up a course using the course class wizard. We'll assign people to the course. Then we'll set up a classroom training session for the course. To set up a new course, I click on the Course Class Add Wizard button at the bottom of the Training Control Center. This form opens. On the left-hand side, I can add a course. On the right-hand side, I can add a class to an existing course. I want to add a course, so I'm first going to type in the course name, and I'm going to call it TIG Welding. I'll pick a course category. It'll be a classroom course. But if I wanted to add a new category type and I had permissions, I could double click on that field and just add a new one. And I'm going to leave it as a classroom course. The course duration, this is going to be a one-day course, so I'll say it's 8 hours. The retaining period is automatically set at 3 years or 1095 days. But I'm going to say that this is a one-time course, so I'm going to put 0 in there. So when people are trained in this course, they're never going to be scheduled for it again. If I wanted this course to reschedule every year, I would pick 365 days and put it into this field. But let's just leave it at 0. The pass mark, that may or may not be important to your company. I'm going to say the pass mark is 90%. Add a brief description for the course for your own benefit if desired. And if you want to add student notes and if you want to send a class email notification to students, these notes will go out to the student in the email. So you'll want to say things like, bring lunch, bring your TIG welding materials. Okay, once those are all filled in, we click the Next button. And this course assignment form opens up. This is an important form, and it allows us to schedule people for our new course, which is already selected by virtue of their job title, their people type, as individuals, or everybody at a particular site. Normally you'd only do this by one, possibly 2 methods, but for our demonstration purposes here today, I'm going to pick more than one method. So I'm going to say I want all of these 5 job types. Let's say we're going to pick 4 job types to have it. So I'll select those in the left form and click on the right arrow to move them over to the right hand side. I want all of my first aid people and all my new people to have this course. And I want to make sure that some of my individuals are going to get this course. So I want Benjamin Grimm to get it and Johnny Marr. I'll move them over to the right, and I want to make sure that everybody at the Houston site gets this course. So I'll select Houston and move that to the right. Then we'll click the Next button, and now we have our congratulations screen and our course is already set up. So I click on OK, and if we look at the tree on the left, we can see that our TIG welding course is the last item in the tree. If I click on the Courses button at the bottom of the screen, we can also see that our TIG welding course has been added to the courses list. I can double click and open up and edit that course here as well. Since we've already assigned people to the course, we can now generate a list of training due for that course. So I pick the course name from our filters at the top of the screen, go down to TIG welding course, and it generates a list of training due by virtue of the fact that these people were assigned either by their job titles, people type, by their site, or as individuals. If I want to print a list of that, I can select from the drop down in the lower left corner of that form. Now that your course is set up and assigned to people, the training needs to be done. That would either be done in a classroom session, or perhaps the employee goes out to get training elsewhere. In any case, to record training done, there's 2 ways to do it. You can go to the Training Done module and add a Training Done record, or you can set up a class for students and record training for a number of students at one time. I'm going to show you how to do that because that's the most commonly used method and possibly the easiest for your company to use. To do that, I'm going to click again on the Course Class Add Wizard button at the bottom of the screen, and our Course Class Add Wizard form opens. This time I'm going to go to the right hand side of the screen and add a class to an existing course. From the drop down, I pick the TIG welding course and I click on the Next button. Our assigned course form now reopens. We already did this when we set up the course. It's just opening now for a confirmation. We don't really want to change this, so I'm just going to leave it and click on the Next button. The Details form now opens. Fill in the details on the course, the region, the site it's going to be held at, the class start and end date, the duration, the start time, the location on the site, and the room. If you want to track costs for courses, add your cost here. From the Instructor drop-down, pick the in-house instructor. Remember, this is set up in the People module, or the outside contract, which is set up in the Setup module. Click the Next button. On this form, there are two tabs, one for Enroll Students and one for Enrollment. We're starting off in the Enroll Students tab. Click the button that's outlined in green at the bottom left of the form, Check for Training Due. That generates a list of the workers that we'd assign by virtue of their job title, people type, site, or their individual status. To enroll a person in this class, simply click the Enroll button. I'm going to enroll 6 or 7 people here, and then I'm going to click on the Enrollment tab. I've enrolled 9 people out of 20. We have 11 seats left. If I click on the Enrollment tab, these are the people that have been enrolled in this particular class. Notice on this form there's a column for e-address or email address. Only 2 of my workers in the People module have email addresses. The rest do not. This is undesirable, and we want to try and get as many email addresses as we can into the People module if we're going to use the Email Out feature. At the bottom of this form, there's 2 buttons, Email Notify Supervisor and Email Notify Students. If I were to click on the Email Notify Supervisor button, an email would be sent to the supervisor for this person, Charles and John Doe. If I was to click on the Email Notify Students button, both Charles and Doe would get email notification of this class. Okay, so we're now finished setting up this class. People have been enrolled. We can see in our Enrollment tab we've got a number of people that are enrolled. If we desired, we've sent emails to the supervisor and to the students. So we just click on Next and we're completed. When we return to the Training Control Center, we can see that our TIG welding course at the bottom of the tree has a plus sign to the left. If we click on that, it shows us our class. Starts at 9 a.m., 21st of May 2013 on the shop floor. We have 9 people enrolled out of a possible 20 seats.